right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. The Phoenix Suns have themselves a new head coach, and his name is Frank Vogel. Vogel, of course, had a past NBA life as he was previously the head coach of the Indiana Pacers, Orlando Magic, and Los Angeles Lakers, respectively, with his biggest accomplishment coming in 2020 when he helped the Lakers win it all. But after being fired by the Lakers last year, you knew that Vogel's name would resurface once again, and it did in this current NBA head coaching cycle as he is now headed for the Valley of the Sun. But will Vogel's presence result in the Suns winning the NBA championship for the first time in franchise history? The second round exit last month by the Suns resulted in Monty Williams being fired as the head coach in Phoenix. And of course, with a new owner in place right now with Matt Ishbia, and he's willing to spend money. Right now, it's championship or bust for the Suns, especially after they acquired Kevin Durant in February. We still need to see what Devin Booker and KD can be together. They showed flashes, and were part of the reason why the Suns got to the second round. But still with this team, I think they lack chemistry. And of course, when you're talking about KD, when you're talking about Devin Booker, and then once you add Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton into the mix, all of these are guys for the most part that have had injury issues and the inability to stay healthy throughout their NBA career. So we really didn't know what that Suns team could have been. And speaking of CP3 and Ayton, are the Suns looking to shop them for the during the offseason? We got to wait and see. But I talked about this, after the Suns made the acquisition of Kevin Durant. Of course, I wasn't the only one, but they lack depth. And I said at some point during the postseason, that lack of depth was going to hurt the Suns. And of course, it hurt them in the second round against the Denver Nuggets. Now, they still have to go out there and fill out this team heading into next year because you're talking about a scenario now where the Suns have $165 million committed to player salaries for next season, and that's just allocated to six guys. So you got to go out there and you still got to try to figure out a bench to put around your big stars. Um, for Frank Vogel, for me, I don't think that he gets enough credit as far as being a solid NBA head coach. He has success with the Pacers, got them to consecutive NBA finals, but of course, they could never overcome LeBron James when he was still with the Miami Heat, winning the championship with the Lakers in his first year there. And of course, the thing is, whenever a head coach, leads a team is the head coach of a team led by LeBron James, rather, I feel like that guy really doesn't get the credit because a star player, a superstar player like LeBron James is always going to shine. But nonetheless, Frank Vogel definitely deserves some credit, and he is a solid NBA coach. And let's see, if the year away from the game will help him, and of course help the Suns. And he's got to deal with some egos out there in Phoenix, and they have to buy into what he's selling, especially Kevin Durant, because you look at a situation with Kevin Durant, he's had his fair share of coaches, he's had his fair share of teams where he just wasn't happy. So can Frank Vogel get the best out of KD, and can Frank Vogel keep KD happy? We got to wait and see. What's his effect going to be on Devin Booker? Is Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, are they still going to be a part of the Suns roster for next season? A lot of these are questions that have to be answered. So if you ask what type of impact that Frank Vogel is going to have on this Phoenix Suns team, well, I'm not sure if he's too much of an upgrade for Monty Williams, in my opinion, but he does give the Phoenix Suns a new voice in that locker room and on the sidelines. The one thing I will say is obviously it's put up or shut up because the expectations of an NBA championship are there for this Suns team. Obviously, the Denver Nuggets look like they're once again going to be formidable in the Western Conference next season. We don't know what's going to become of the Memphis Grizzlies. They're kind of in limbo right now, waiting for the NBA's decision on John Morant. You expect Sacramento to once again be a playoff contender. What's going to become of the Los Angeles Clippers? Can they still stay healthy? We don't know the situation for teams like the Warriors or the Lakers as of yet. So, with that said, the outline is there, if you will, for the Suns to be one of the better teams in the West. Obviously, a lot still has to be sifted through for the offseason, the draft, free agency, and trades. But nonetheless, you have your scorers there in KD and Booker, but it's all about filling out this team. And if the Suns don't have depth next season, all of the scoring of Devin Booker rather, and Kevin Durant won't amount to a hill of beans. So I'm not surprised that Frank Vogel got this job, but at the end of the day, he's going to have his work cut out for him, in my opinion, to get everybody to check their egos at the door, do whatever they have to do in order to win a championship. Of course, Kevin Durant's getting a little bit older. He'll be 35 when the season rolls around. And, with his injury history, what can you expect from him for a full season? Devin Booker, what can we expect from him? With the cohesion with KD, we got to wait and see. But nonetheless, the Suns do have their new coach, and let's see if Frank Vogel can get the Suns to the promised land. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.